Man, Happy New Year. Welcome back. Back from our hiatus. RUSHSZN here to give you some good deets, some good tips and tricks from social media guru himself, Brandon over here.
Stop it. If you notice though, right off the bat, Nesto is not with us today, so it's just gonna be Gabe and I, and we're gonna be, working through the whole social media game, talking about how you could really utilize socials nowadays to, elevate your chapter and bring your organization to the next level. So,
sounds dope. So I'll kick it off. The first thing you guys should consider doing, think about doing, is coming up with an aesthetic for your page. I remember when Brendan and I, back in school, back with our chapter, we had many discussions about coming up with, I guess you would call a theme, and it could be many different things. It could be like a color scheme for your page, and that could resemble like the colors of your chapter. It could be just about what you guys are doing, how it looks. A lot of pages these days, probably a lot of the verified pages or the famous pages you guys probably follow, you could see that they probably post us in a certain way, right? It has a certain feeling. It gives off an aesthetic, a feel, and you want to try and you want to try and do that, so you could definitely separate yourself from other chapters. Other chapters are just posting. And if you guys could give yourself a distinct feel and separate yourselves from the rest of the other chapters on your campus, that would be really helpful in getting new recruits or getting people to go to your social media page.
100%. Another thing to think about is socials really do matter nowadays. Like the page that you set up for your organization, that kind of sets the tone for your whole org. It's the first look of what people get, an inside, taste or scoop of what it's like, inside your organization. So you want to make sure that it's polished. You want to make sure that it's clean. You want to make sure that everyone on the page is represented in a positive light, and that you also want to make sure, something that I learned from experience, you got to double check before you post certain things. You might post something up that people aren't okay with, and you got to make sure that, hey, is this cool? Can I post this? And, that's all it is. But something to keep in mind is if you do have a weak game on social media, you might get clowned, you might, have some other orgs in your DMs like, bro, what's good? But just make sure it's up, do your best, collaborate with, the brothers or sisters in your organization, and really utilize, all the different forms of medias that you have, because nowadays with the cell phones, I know everyone's camera roll is, lengthy and long. So there's got to be some gold in there, something you could use, send that to your historian, send that to your social media coordinator, and make sure that they can get that up on your page.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you're not going to get flamed is if you're just already an elite chapter, and like for some reason you've broken the matrix, you've cheated the system, and like you don't really need a strong social media game. I feel like strong social media game, I mean, they're important no matter if it's a big or small campus, but I've seen some Instagrams from chapters at bigger campuses, and it is pretty elite, you know what I mean? And just from the social events that are happening and how they frame those, and just how it looks, it's just dope. And for anybody who's handling the social media for their chapter, you definitely want to speak with you wouldn't just speak with the other brothers, like, hey, what would you want to see, right? Or if you were rushing, well, actually, brothers, if they were rushing, what would you, if you go on our social media, what would you want to see, right? Would you want to see us doing a lot of philanthropy? Would you like to see us doing a lot of community service, or would you like to see us taking pictures with dogs at the local shelter? It varies. It depends, but definitely fish around for ideas if you're handling the social media. And if you are handling the social media, and everybody is no stranger to the pandemic that's going on right now, definitely push testing sites nearby. Um, it could be in your local community. It could be near the campus. You guys could do maybe certain towns from where brothers are from. You know, for example, located in Madison, and what if this day or this week decide to push where testing sites are local to Madison, Morristown area, or the county, right, et cetera. Depending on where you're from, it might be different. But definitely push that, get people safe, be healthy as we continue on. It's a new year, so might as well start the new year as healthy and as safe as we can.
100%. You know, we all have, you know, a duty to be an activist, you know, out here. So definitely, you know, use your voice on socials and, you know, get out there and make sure people are safe. Like Gabe said, get them to those COVID testing sites. Another thing is consistency. Um, it's really cool to post something dope, but if you post something dope once in a blue moon, you know, no one's gonna tune in, you know, because they don't know when to expect it. They don't know if it was random, if it's gonna happen again. So you got to make sure that if you're gonna bring top tier level, you know, media to your page, you got to do it consistently. A good way to do that is to form a schedule. You know, we all have our phones. You know, we all be tapping nowadays. Use those apps on there. You know, Apple has the calendar app. You know, just type in, you know, Monday this type of post, Tuesday this type of post, Wednesday that, you know what I mean. Set it up so that way you make it easier for yourself. You don't have to have a lot of pressure on you every week, and you can even set up those posts prior. I don't know if you know this, but Instagram apps like Instagram and Twitter and stuff, you can set up posts and have them automated or have them scheduled to go up at a certain point. So you can, you know, archive those posts, have them ready to go, and have them set so that, you know, on that day of the week that's going up.
Yeah, and what I'm about to say is not even a tip or a trick. It's a shout out. Shout out to other sororities because what I see are sorority Instagram pages or just social media pages in general. They're just so good at being consistent and um, creating a theme or just posting what I guess future recruits or future new members would want to see. You know, you want to see. I know it's weird right now with everything going on, but you do want to see your sisters or just the sisterhood or the brotherhood having a good time together or doing something, you know, helping the community. And I feel like as fraternity members, I think you kind of take that for granted. You know, you did it, and you might post about it, you might not. You know, maybe it was just a requirement that it was just a check the box. But you know, they definitely show that, and trust me, it's not like it's one thing to do it just to post it, but you should definitely do it with good intentions and post about it to let people know what your organization is about. You know, you're not trying to gain clout off of doing great things for the community. You know, the intent is a real thing, you know, and if you're just doing it for some social media clout, you know, I guess to each his own. But we always did it because we wanted to do it and it was a fun thing to do. Whether it was like volunteering at local animal shelters, community service homes, planting who knows how many trees. At this point, we
You
definitely
planted
had.
a lot of trees.
Right. We definitely did, I think, trying to curb climate change as best as we could.
Yeah.
But you know, we posted about because why not, right? It was the gang was together. You know, you don't get those too many moments where everybody's together, and you can have a really cool pic for the gram.
100%. And the one thing that, you know, we don't, I mean, a lot of pages do this, but something we don't think about is, you know, we are, you know, one organization. We all do represent the same letters, you know, when you're in that org. But, you know, we do have our individual accomplishments, you know, when people do really great things, you know, for instance, getting a job, you know, the whole point of, you know, going to university is to, you know, get educated, you know, get out and get that job. So, you know, when a brother or sister does that, you know, congratulate them, you know, post a picture, you know, make sure that it's known that, hey, you know, so and so did a really good job, congratulations, you know, something like that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And not only just to celebrate that brother or that sister who took that big step in their life, you know, or in their career, it also looks very good when new recruits are looking at your pages or they stumble across your page. They say, wow, this, you know, so and so brother got a Merrill Lynch internship, or they got an internship at a recording studio, or so on and so forth, right? It shows that you guys not only to do, you know, your philanthropic work, your community service, but you also are focused on what you're doing after college, right? And I feel like this could be a whole nother video in itself of how that Greek life experience molds you, for that next part of your life. But yes, definitely do post brother skin job, congratulate them, and then comment funny things. That's always the best part, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
The comment section, keep the comments lit. Keep the comments lit for sure.
Always. And not only are you celebrating them on their jobs, but definitely celebrate their birthdays too. Definitely make sure that have a calendar, or just have remind whoever handles social media, have reminders on whose birthday it is, and please post. You know what I'm saying? It's always weird when you're kind of consistent with birthday posts, and then there's a big gap probably in the summer or like the winter time because you're not in school, so you're not thinking about it. uh, but we've seen it how many times, even in our own chapter where, but happy birthday. And it's like a 3-month gap. And they like, wait, wasn't it so-and-so's? Yeah, we went to the bar, like, but it's still, again, celebrate each other, congratulate each other. And it's always nice clout when people get to see whose birthday it is. You never know who's watching, right? You never know who's viewing your posts. And Brandon, who was in charge with us with our social media for a majority of the 4 years, always had clever captions.
I tried my best.
Captions, clever photo edits. I mean, the best one was Luke. I gotta say.
Or, oh
Um,
wait, what did I say again? Something about the waters, like let the bubbling liquids seep into the roots of your tree and help you grow into like, I don't know, but be different, you know what I mean? Like, don't just post some basic happy birthday. Like, I mean, you can, we're sitting here, spitting facts, trying to help you guys out, but take it with a grain of salt. Do what you want to do. But I don't know, in my opinion, it's one thing to post a basic birthday post, but it's a whole nother thing to make it personable and make it, make that person smile when they open it up that day on their birthday. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and not only making the brother smile or that one brother smile, the campus is gonna see it, especially
yeah,
with school. They're gonna laugh about it, and it's gonna be funny. You can laugh together, and at the end of the day, um, this, I guess, the psychology. Maybe this is too deep, and this could be a whole nother episode. But if everybody's talking about it, that means they're talking about you guys. So then your name is in everybody's mouth, and then that's all the other chapters who are not the topic of conversation that day. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, as simple as, the biggest recruiters on campus not only are obviously the recruitment chair and your brothers, but it's the sororities. They're the ones talking about and definitely influencing. Oh, maybe you should look at them, or especially if you have friends. I've seen that 1,000 times where, you have friends. Like, if we're in two different chapters, bro, and we talk. We have a friend, right? The same friend in the sorority, but she likes you a little more. She will most likely nudge people your chapter's way, right? And it's just how it is. But yes, definitely keep up with the birthday posts. Definitely keep people talking about you guys in a positive light. Please don't do anything too crazy. Like don't have too much fun, and then you guys are in trouble. At the end of the day, it's just like, it's annoying. It's just a nuisance that you have to get by. But definitely do not forget birthday posts.
100%. And like Gabe said, you want to have a lot of fun with it. And we talked a lot about, your audience being on socials, being, your fellow peers, the other people that are going to your university. But also keep in mind, you really don't know who's looking at your page. You want to keep those photos looking professional. You want to make sure that everyone, like I mentioned earlier, is, being presented in a positive light. There's nothing, blatantly disrespectful or anything explicit on your page, because you need to represent your chapter, and represent your university. So you got to make sure that, and see, what am I saying, see, you're representing yourself at the end of the day. So you got to make sure that all of those things are straight when you're posting pictures. So even if it's not professional quality, make sure that the subject matter or what you're trying to portray in that image is professional.
Yeah, definitely agree. Luckily, we never really had a problem with that. I think, well, side story, not only Brandon, but Alan and Ryan had very nice cameras. And so most of the time our pictures looked very good, in terms of quality and like even like censoring things. Like you want to just take a picture and you have Brandon saying you should probably move to the left because it's da, da, da. I'm like, all right, bro, you're professional. But yeah, so make them look nice, man. Grainy pictures, man. That's so 2008. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have an Android, I don't know. I can't help you. I don't know. Well, but them galaxies hit though.
That's a whole nother video, bro. We can't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
get into
yeah, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, professional pictures, definitely a good shout. And shout out other chapters as well. I'm not sure, again, it depends on your organization and where they're located around the country. But here in Jersey, Sigma Pi is, I believe, the largest organization with the most like largest, and we have the most chapters. And, I believe last time I heard, shout out to Joe, don't get mad at me, but I believe we're at 10 or 11 chapters in total here in the state of Jersey, which is a lot if you think about it. And it's just a camaraderie where we're in the same state. Granted, North Jersey to South Jersey, if there's two chapters there, that could be a whole 2.5 hours, but it's really a couple seconds giving each other recognition, through socials and just bringing each other up, because at the end of the day, I think it's any, fraternity members, not dream, but they expect when they go to another school with their chapter, with the organization at that school, they would like to think that that organization is also on their game, right? On top of their game at that campus. I haven't experienced it, but you don't want to go to another school with the same organization as you, and like, damn, you know. Gosh darn it. But just shout them out, whether it could be awards or milestones in terms of money raised for philanthropy or certain community service things. Just keep each other mentioned, when you can. And also just, and that probably leads to just building relations and relationships with other individuals and other chapters for events down the line, social events, community service events, philanthropic events, so on and so forth. There's so much you could do. Pulling up for what we call the Meet the Greeks, when all the Greeks had a table in the auditorium and potential new members came and went to every table and talked to every organization. And shout out to the Teaneck boys who pulled up that one year and made it a really lit situation. That was really cool and really dope.
Epsilon Xi.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I appreciate them doing that, and yeah, just shout them out, And I guess moral of the story is, big up your own, right? Big up your people, shout them out, jobs, birthdays, other chapters in other schools, and just I think if your own social media isn't weak or isn't considered weak or not that good, I don't see why your own organization should be, subpar. You know what I'm saying? It should always be above average, take it to the next level, think of new things and get people's attention. And you'll probably see a lot of success in the future.
100%. Yeah, like Gabe mentioned, you want to build your own chapter up, but shouting out the other chapters is definitely going to help in terms of your relationships. So, strong relationships, builds stronger, great community on your campus. So, we love all of that. We love to see that. So,
agreed. You have anything else, bro? Because I think that's it for me.
So, I think for another video, we're gonna tease them right now. We're gonna let them know what's coming next. So. The next video, we'll talk a little bit about what we did, Iota Phi, Sigma Pi, how we, approached our social media and what we did, from the beginning to the end. So yeah, we'll look forward to that.
That's with that. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share. Again, we're trying to make this a space for Greek life, no matter what conference, organization, whatever you believe in, I want this to really challenge the stereotypes of Greek life so that we can make it a bigger and better community, and see a vision for just a bigger impact on campuses, and I believe we can make that happen. But anyway, guys, check out our Apple Music playlist, our Spotify playlist, you know, trying to give you guys some vibes, you know, some new tunes to listen to, some grooves. Also, it's all going to be in the link tree. So if you click the link tree, you'll see all the links there. You could click whichever one you like. Also, there will be a link in that link tree for mixes. So if you guys are having safe parties these days, which I hope you're just not partying at all.
Socially distanced events.
Yeah. Right. If you guys are having little family get-togethers or a couple friends and you guys have been safe, you know, definitely check out the mixes. Definitely a dope Jersey Club mix where, you know, my bro Birchie and I, you know, definitely laced that, and I made one last night. So, but anyway, you know, guys, check it out. Check out the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know topics you want to hear, and we'll do our best to get on it. But until then, you know, enjoy the first couple weeks of the year. Start off strong. You know, write down your goals and go get at it.
100%. Yeah, I'm in agreement with all that. Let's get it, guys. Let's make 2021 our year. So let's do it.
All right, bro. I'll catch you later.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Peace.